So really, really pleased that Frank and I can join you today and everybody that's joining the session. And indeed, orange is the new green. So just to bring everybody up to speed, so Kongsberg has been separated from ESCO. Kongsberg is now a standalone business. It's been in the market for over 56 years now. Kongsberg have been making cutting and plotting tables. And this is a fantastic step for the Kongsberg team. Over 400 associates in the Kongsberg team, supporting and looking after customers around the world. But now we're alone. Now we're a standalone business. And we're going to continue our journey with Kongsberg tables and with the sign and display markets and sign and display customers, but separated from our previous owners. So really a fantastic opportunity for us to drive innovation and new ideas through the business. And today I'm joined by my colleague and friend, Frank Adegeest, who heads up the products and strategy for the Kongsberg business. And Frank and I are going to have a little bit of a chat here today. I won't steal too much of Frank's thunder because he's got some interesting things to tell you about. So I'll bring Frank in a couple of seconds. But just for all those people that maybe this is a bit of a surprise, so Kongsberg is now separated, but we still keep our factory in the Czech Republic. Our R&D is still based in Kongsberg. We're in the town of Kongsberg, where the name comes from. Our head office is in Belgium still. And of course, we have offices now in Asia and North America, and some smaller regional offices in some countries. But you know, really a great opportunity to meet everybody here. Just to remind you, we've got something like 11,500 tables installed around the world, and nearly 5,000 of those are in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So really, this is an important market for us. You know, at the core of what we're doing here is really trying to fuse technology with customers' ideas and really allow them to unlock their creativity. So whether that's materials, whether it's structures, whether it's being able to fold and crease complex items on a Kongsberg table, we really want to inspire our customers to be able to really develop what they're doing for their end users, and really get the best performance and qualities out of a Kongsberg tables. And having the right tools, which Frank is going to jump in a second, for the customers, and having the right solutions for all types of customers is really important for us. And of course, now, as a standalone company, there's a much greater opportunity for us to explore different materials, different markets, and different applications for customers, and ensure that the solutions that we develop really are customer centric. You know, we want to make sure that we develop the products and tooling that answers customers' needs, not necessarily coming off an engineer's drawing board. So really solving solutions for customers there. But anyway, listen, that's enough of me talking. Frank, let's jump in. Tell us something new about products which customers will be interested to hear.
Okay, first of all, Stuart, thank you very much for the introduction. And I'm a very proud member of the Kongsberg team. I will be responsible for product innovation. And for me, after doing 31 years of innovation at ESCO, it's a great opportunity to drive further innovation at Kongsberg Precision Cutting Systems. And I'm already excited because today we can announce one of our new platforms. And I will actually introduce a new Kongsberg C20. So maybe you are very familiar with our largest size of fast large tables, but today we will introduce the C20, which is really one of the fastest, smallest cutting table. So it's a very high speed production table and with smallest footprint today. It comes with a size of 1.6 by 1.4 meter. And basically it will have exactly the same versatility and the same features as the bigger brothers that are very well known in the market. Just to mention a few of the benefits. So from now on, typically the association was for high speed, you need a bigger table, but we managed to take away that compromise between size and production power. So now we have a new table with a significantly small footprint with the speed of the bigger brothers and even the power of the bigger brothers. And very important, of course, for the market is also to maintain the cutting accuracy, the consistency, and that raw production power. You know, to talk a little bit about numbers, I know that the platform of the C is one of the fastest in the industry. So even the C20 will run at 100 meters per minute, which is really fast. And also acceleration, deceleration, acceleration is about 1.7 G. And what is very important as well, we do not compromise on our versatility because we know that specifically the signage market, they have a very high demand on versatility. So the C20 comes exactly with the same versatility as the bigger brothers, all the tooling, all the materials, etc. So then, next to the introduction of the C20 machine, later on you will also see a couple of demonstrations in the FESPA sessions, specifically about some other new innovation that we have just introduced, which is the vari-angle tool, which is basically a tool that can change the cutting angle between 0 and 60 degrees on the fly without having to change actually tooling. And so that will give a lot of automation and productivity to the system. And we will also do a demonstration of roll-to-roll automation, which is important for the textile industry. And bear in mind that the C20 table that we are now introducing, even with a small format, we will also have roll-to-roll automation on top of that. And then what we will also demonstrate during the FESPA session is all the milling capabilities of the table. So that's to give you a little bit of an introduction, Stuart, on what you said, some new innovations that we are driving into the market right now.
No, that's really good, Frank. And it's worth noting that today, certainly in some of the cities around the world, printing machines, cutting, finishing machines, guillotine, they're all competing for floor space. So in a number of locations around the world, the customers want to have the same power, the same tooling. They don't want to compromise on quality. They just don't have room for a huge cutting table. So they will compromise on the table size, but they don't want to compromise on the quality of performance. And so what Frank is talking about here with the C20 is answering that demand from our customers. And that leads us on quite interestingly, Frank, we could maybe just talk a little bit about the sign market in Europe.
Yeah, well, of course, everybody is aware of the COVID situation, but we can clearly now see that the market has adjusted to that COVID-19 situation. And it also really forced many of our customers, and I'm sure you will recognize that, to be really innovative and flexible. And so you see a lot of new creativity popping up. And that is also one of the reasons why we would like to have a lot of creativity in our innovation, and so that our customers can really bring new kind of creativity into the market. And then, of course, we are convinced, and we see that also from the signals and also on the demand for the cutting platforms or the converting platforms in the sign market, that the future will be very strong. And I'm sure that also by having new materials, more rigid materials, more versatility, our customers will be very demanding to us because they really would like to have the best, innovation, to get their hands on. So we are really excited, to become a solid partner in that sign industry. Also, what we see, of course, from if you look at the new Kongsberg organization from a service in the field, and so we of course maintain our global footprint, and so to be very close to the customer base, because we also realize we are in an industry that is under very high time pressure. So therefore, we really have to make sure that our trained, experienced service engineer and network of service partners can really maintain the highest production uptime at the customer, independent from where they are located. Just to give you a little bit of an indication, globally, direct only, we already have 100 field service engineers, more than 100, actually, to be precise, 110 field service engineers in the field, of which 50% is in EMEA. And then, of course, on top of that, we have a very good network now of certified partners that can also help us, keeping all these machines running at high speed, etc. And then also a little bit, Stuart, about the sales network that I also would like to share with the team, the audience, is that we also maintain our global footprint from a sales perspective. Well, we always have been a mix between direct sales, indirect sales. We have our global head office in Ghent in Belgium, which was also mentioned by you. We have a global head office in Dayton, Ohio in the US. And we also have an APAC headquarters in Singapore. And then, of course, next to our roughly, let's say, 70 direct salespeople that we have in the field. And we have a vast network of partners globally on a global scale. Just to mention a few, like BBI in Italy, very dedicated to the Kongsberg brand. We have CNY UK in the UK. We have IGEPA in parts of Europe. And I apologize, not to be able to mention everybody. So that will also give us a very, very good sales network, very close to where the heat is in the market.
No, thanks, Frank. And I'll just wrap up. Just notice the time we need to conclude here. But thanks for that, Frank. It's important to, that's the one thing we want to stress. Like Kongsberg has been around 56 years. We continue to be here for customers. And just to wrap up, Frank, maybe just mention the 3 demos we've got running this week.
Yes. Yeah, there will be a very exciting demo about Variangle, one of my favorite tools, where you see the knife changing angle on the fly without any production stops, going through the thickest material at the highest speed. We will also demonstrate specifically for the more flexible sign and display material, roll-to-roll automation, and then of course for the signage market, rigid materials, milling. And so if you talk about die bond, acrylics, plastics, thicker wood, etc. So that is what we will be demonstrating during the FESPA demo sessions.
Yeah, no, that's great. So thanks everybody for joining and listening to Frank and I this afternoon. Really appreciate FESPA inviting us on, and we look forward to seeing everybody we can, hopefully at FESPA in the autumn in Amsterdam. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity to give this presentation, and hope to talk to you soon at one of our exhibitions seminars.
Excellent. Stuart, Frank, thank you so much for that presentation. I know on my wish list is definitely a trip to Belgium. I've run out of Belgian beer a long time ago, so I'm looking forward to that trip to Ghent to come and join you guys. Now, time for a break. I'm talking about beer. Now, time for a break. Just going to take a half an hour lunch break. And when we come back, the product demo area will be open. You can, of course, join Kongsberg right now in the product demo area to look at the latest innovations and new technologies in the industry. We'll be later on after 1:30 UK time, product demo area will be open, and then we return here for more live presentations from EFI, from Trotec, from Dataline coming up later on this afternoon. And see you later. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.